So, next up, we are heading to... We're heading to Mortimer's office. Monsieur Ellsworth's office at the Royal Society of Arts. Moderator Ray, hello, welcome to the stream. Alright, please don't give out hints away. You're reading a guide? I want to figure things out on my own, so... Unless I ask for it, please do not give out the hints. These are very specific hints that you are giving out here in the chat.
Monsieur Ellsworth.
Ah, a detective that actually seems to be doing something to find my painting. What can I do for you?
Your painting. Right. It is, Okay, hold on. How are you recovering after your ordeal?
Quite well, thank you.
Your, heart attack.
The infirmary discharged you already?
With a clean bill of health. I didn't want to wait around using up valuable resources.
An honorable gesture.
After leaving the hospital,
I was straight off to the House of Commons. I take it you haven't read today's newspaper?
I have not. What is the headline?
I'm afraid I have had more pressing matters.
The headline is about your stolen painting.
It certainly makes for an interesting read.
Your painting?
I was not aware reporters were permitted inside the house.
They aren't. I left and went to the London Illustrated News office. I gave my statement there. I can't for the life of me remember the chap's name. Rather pleasant, though.
So you brought them their story. You brought them the headline.
Anyway, you're a busy man. I'd hate to take up too much of your time.
It does not take a great detective to pick up on Monsieur Ellsworth's ever so subtle hint.
And what would that be? Regarding the matter of the painting...
Is this about the insurance claim? It was merely a necessary precaution. I'm sure with you on the case, it won't be long before it's returned.
I do not doubt my abilities to return the painting, but I question why he felt it necessary to talk of sensitive details regarding the investigation to a national news outlet.
Yeah, very suspicious, yeah.
It would not surprise me to learn of him using his loss for cynical gain.
Right, insurance claims, guys.
I assume you saw the article in the paper?
I have not, I told you already. If you have a piece of the newspaper, let me have a look. Do you have a copy of the paper?
Oui, monsieur. A fantastic opportunity for you to express your political opinions.
Oh, the people must know what I stand for. I'm here for them.
I will not take up any more of your time.
So you don't have a copy of the newspaper? Alright, I will get one myself, guys. We're heading to the newspaper office. We'll get one, we'll buy one ourselves.
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
Yeah, it's me again.
I was hoping to speak with Mademoiselle Farquhar.
I'm afraid she already has her hands full with the story. Unless you've come with a bigger one than what she's working on.
That's not why I'm here. I just need a copy of the newspaper.
I will
Today's
not take up
newspaper.
any more of your time.
No, where can we buy one, guys? Have we seen a newspaper stand around? Theater Street. Alright, heading back to the museum, I guess, guys. Since we already know about what we have to do, the hint you gave us away. So something about the cream, right? I don't remember any cream. Oh wow, there we go. Jack of cream. At least here. Well, thank you for the hint. Anyway, away. Away, Jan. This will be enough to entice Bartholomew out. Alright. Even though I still see the pencil on the table. Could have used a pencil to figure out what the words are on the notepad, guys. That option is not given to us. That means we have to find it somewhere else. Perhaps the newspaper office. The second most probable location to find a writing utensil, guys. This game has a problem with locations here, or entering a new room. Okay, let's rotate around. It won't let me exit, guys. This happened so many times already. You have to be facing a certain angle, I suppose. Like facing directly the doorway, and then you go outside. Yeah. Bishop Mountjoy. Fairly substantial sized jug filled with cream. It's only cream. There's no smell, guys. Are we sure that you can lure out the cats? Perhaps the jug of cream may be of some use.
Voila.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. You need a bath. You look very dusty. You need your shiny coat back.
Your Grace, now that Bartholomew has been found, would you...
As my way of thanks, I'll answer your questions.
In the confessional booth. So much effort to find a cat that after learning the circumstances of why it ran and hid, I imagine it did not want to be found by its owner. At least now, Bishop Mountjoy has no excuse to ignore my questions. So that means I can interrogate him. Now. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Very well. Get on with it.
What were your movements yesterday evening?
I hope that comes from an inquisitive nature rather than a place of accusation. I was at a museum trustees meeting, trying to finally make a decision on that girl.
What girl? You mean Evelyn? Is she not doing a good job?
You mean Mademoiselle Warbeck?
Who else? She's running that museum into the ground.
Okay, he is a trustee of the museum, guys. That explains his attitude. And while he was scolding Evelyn Warbeck about the stolen painting, guys. Yeah, it is not his painting, but he is the trustee of the museum. So, yeah, that's why.
And following the meeting?
I returned to the church to prepare for Compline prayers, although I don't think I was alone.
Your cat is here! You're not alone. You got Bartholomew.
You don't think?
I got the feeling that someone had followed me from the museum. I never saw them, but I know what I felt.
If the bishop is correct, the murderer may have been stalking their potential next victim. Really now? What was your relationship to Mademoiselle Cosmite?
None. I knew her merely by reputation, and a questionable one at that. Do you want to tell me what all these questions are about?
Mademoiselle Cosmite was murdered last night.
If you plan on being the bearer of such news, perhaps you should think of going about it with a little more civility.
Little more civility? What do you mean? What?
How did the young girl die?
There was a fire in her apartment, although it wasn't the flames that took her life, but poison.
Arson and poisoning. Oh, what is this world coming to?
Bishop Mountjoy claims he barely knew Mademoiselle Cosmite, but still showed a level of empathy I was not expecting.
The penitent Madeleine has been found.
Found it? Really?
The replica, the fake. The fake painting.
Oh, heavens be! The Lord has shown his will once more.
I can only assume his delayed excitement came from being off guard. Unfortunately, I must turn his elation into disappointment.
Go ahead.
If your grace would allow me to finish. A forgery of it was found in Mademoiselle Cosmite's apartment, but it was destroyed in the fire.
She was the thief all along. Well, that just... A forgery? You mean she made a copy of it?
It appears that way.
I will rightly light a candle for her soul this evening. But that will not give her absolution from what she faces, kneeling before our Lord.
Now that Bishop Mountjoy has left, we can have a more thorough investigation of the church. Ooh, a more thorough one, guys. We're not done. So now what do we do? Can we look specifically at that page? Can we read the page? The open page. No, we cannot. Are we looking for signs of the other intruder, guys? The one who followed the bishop home. Any signs of that? Perhaps? Footprints?
Ah.
Oh, new discoveries here. The footprints. Right there. The marks? No. The most regal of colors, a sign of royalty and wealth. Tyrian purple. Charcoal. I'm sure the good bishop will have no grievance with me borrowing. Now we can steal the charcoal, guys, to discover what the words are on that page. We have to wait till the bishop is gone to steal this piece of very important item. Are we done with the discoveries here now? I think that's all we have to do. Steal the charcoal. Wow, the bishop is not watching, guys. Wow. Unbelievable. I thought we were looking for signs of the other person here last night. But apparently not. Oh! What? Where is this? Another item here. Dustpan and brush. Swept up debris in the dustpan looks like to be a shard of glass. Bishop Mountjoy must have cleaned up following the cat incident. But not thoroughly enough. He left a shard behind the altar, guys. Now let's do a quick walk around here, guys. Maybe we can find something else. I don't know. Hastings have been useless in this game, I have to say. I don't even know why he is here in this game. What has he done in this game? Nothing. How is he helping us in the investigation, guys? I can't even remember the last thing that he did that is beneficial to the case. So I don't even know why he is in this game. When you compare it to Sherlock Holmes and Watson, guys, Watson has a lot of gameplay. Watson walks around, do his own investigations, talk to the suspects himself, right? In other Sherlock Holmes games. So yeah, this is disappointing here, guys. Hastings. Anything else besides the dustpan? Yeah, we are done with the church, guys. Actually, we are done. Yeah, we can leave now. So it's Nookpad. Okay, heading back to the museum now. Time to find out what is on the page. So this notepad wasn't here before in the previous chapter, guys. This is new. So someone left it here for us to find. There appear to be faint indentations on the paper. Even for my impeccable vision, they are still too faint to comprehend. Perhaps the stick of charcoal I found may be of some use. Dearest father, the board continues to question my every decision. They see me not as an equal, or even an adequate curator. I cannot be sure how much longer I can take the constant barrage of abuse. You have always taught me to stand and face those that try and derail one from the path, but it is a task I find myself struggling with alone. Send mother my love, I miss you both dearly. Perhaps this year you will join me in London for Christmas. All my love, your Evie, Evelyn. Thanks.
It looks like she was telling the truth after all.
Yeah, I don't see anything suspicious about this.
About composing the letter, oui. But we cannot confirm where it was penned.
Right.
What's all this other stuff? I don't think it's from the letter to her father. It seems we have stumbled across the names and addresses for the guests of the gala.
Ooh.
Although they are not all legible.
Can we do the trick one more time? Do the charcoal trick one more time. Okay, hold on. So, which address have we discovered? Find out Johan's address. The husband. Can we just talk to Evelyn? In person? Maybe she remembers the address, guys. Evelyn, where are you, Evelyn? She left. She left at exactly 5 p.m., guys. Working hour is over, and she is gone.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
The Bishop Mountjoy gave a convincing alibi. Because of the nice sermon, guys, in the open page of the prayer book of the Bible. Yeah, bookmark. And we have an empty spot here. Left open on the compline prayer, combined with what remains of the candle, clearly from extended use, I believe Bishop Mountjoy's claims that he was here at the time of the murder. Alright, we don't need that empty spot, guys. Alright. Johan's address. Shall we travel back to the theater, guys? If you want... Yeah, the husband of the actress. Maybe we can find his address over there. Behind what? His picture with the broken frame? Can we find his address there? We haven't been back in quite a while. Back to the theater. Anything new? Hello, Betty. Betty, I'm sure you know you know your own address. Do you two still live together? You share the same address, husband and wife. Don't you now?
Bonjour, madame. Do you have a moment to... Has something happened?
You bet something's happened! That slime bag! How dare he say my performance was mediocre!
Your husband? He did not give you his full support.
I'm sure he didn't mean...
That's it! I give up! I'm done with this acting! With this city!
Take a deep breath. One man's opinion, and a wrong one at that, is not powerful enough to topple a career like yours.
You're right. Let him think what he wants. I'm sorry. I'm an actress. It's my prerogative to be a little overdramatic.
Okay, I'm sorry, but who are you talking about? Your husband or someone else? Who are you talking about?
Very impressive, Monsieur Hastings. A position in negotiations would suit you well.
Is there something I can help you both with?
Where were you following the gala last night?
You do know what I do, don't you? I was on stage, performing in front of a packed house.
I did not mean to.
Zach, he was there. You two seemed pretty friendly. He'll tell you. So will that Russian lady from the gala. She was with him.
The Russian lady. Okay, we got Zachariah here, guys. Where is Zachariah? He is no longer outside the cafe. So, the Russian lady... who is that again?
Monsieur Demir and Mademoiselle Babagne. Together. Très bien.
Together? Anastasia. That's the Russian lady. Anastasia Bebenin. So was your husband also present?
Oh, he's already seen it. I told him he didn't have to come.
Okay, she wasn't talking about her husband, guys. She was mad at someone else's review of the performance, not her husband.
A supportive husband indeed.
Yeah, real supportive.
Even though you broke his picture frame with a high heel shoe, you puncture his picture. So where is your husband out?
Your guess is as good as mine.
It is most important that I speak with him.
Then you've got a missing painting and a missing husband on your hands because I haven't seen him.
I'm afraid I'm a bearer of some unfortunate news.
Look, I don't think I can take much more today.
Mademoiselle Court Smythe was found murdered last night.
Okay.
That is not very dramatic, guys. She said she is an actress, but what about this response here? She doesn't even care.
I thought perhaps the news would be a little more jarring.
Right.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't really want to hear about anyone dying, but me and her... Well, there's no love lost.
You two do not get along. I wonder why. Okay.
Madame Allen's nonchalant response has certainly caught me off guard.
You have been most helpful.
And I'll see you again. Can I look around your room one more time? Newspaper! We can look at the article, guys. There's a newspaper here. The same one. With a name like Betty Allen at the top of the bill, one would expect a certain level of professional stage experience to see even the dullest of shows, but on this occasion it was left treading water and floundering in a sea of amateur dramatics. The final curtain fall, along with his star from the other side of the pond, was greeted by a standing ovation, accepted with the tears of gratitude, a bouquet filled arm, and a wave that suggested she had given the performance of her life. And if her performance was that of an actress found on the streets of East End, she deserved every applaud. Mediocre, a term usually used derogatively of someone's performance, but in Betty Allen's case, it is the best one can muster. Without the imaginably back-breaking support of the sublime accompanying orchestra, the entire show would have fallen under the weight of Mrs. Allen's increasing ego and misplaced high notes. So this is what she was mad about, guys. But anyway, she got a standing ovation, guys. So the audience members loved it. Loved her performance. Just not the writer of this article. I can see why she is mad. The headline, MP crosses floor. Looks like an interview with our very own Monsieur Ellsworth. Oh, the headline is still here, huh? It's the same article, or the same newspaper, guys. Can we read that article? I can read every article in this newspaper, yeah. I can pick and choose. Alright. So let's go right into it. The theft. I knew it would not take long for the news of the theft to make the headlines. The misplaced Madeleine Now, the newly Christian Royal Edward Gallery was said to return to the height of its glory days, with its wavering reputation for bland and outdated exhibits being a regular occurrence. The arrival of a collection from the Dubois estate in Bouillon, Belgium, including the highly anticipated penitent Madeleine, recently purchased by the Honourable Mortimer Ellsworth of the Conservative Party, was a revival that was so badly needed. Instead, while I stood patiently waiting for its grand review, an expectant grasp of it was the shock of an empty frame that stole the limelight. The penitent Madeleine survived the Brabant Revolution, the Belgian Revolution, remaining steadfast on the walls of Chateau de Dubois for well over 150 years. And yet, in only a matter of weeks on English shores and days within our illustrious city, She was kidnapped. Detective Inspector Hardwick of Scotland Yard's swift arrival showed the urgency of not only the Metropolitan Police Force, but also the museum's curator Miss Evelyn Lakshmi Warbeck, to find and return the precise piece back to its new, if not short-lived home. No mention of the name Hercule Poirot here. Alright, so that is that. Now, Monsieur Demire was right. He is making quite a stir on the political scene. So, January's election result of a huge parliament was not the way the decade was expected to start, and it paved the way for some that reside in the House of Lords to question exactly where they stood on the important policies, and for some, more importantly, how they would affect their support. One such MP that has spent the last months considering his position and further career is the Right Honourable Mortimer Ellsworth. Hailing from Surrey, where his loyal constituencies he see his moral code and ethics as a continuation of his father's sterling work. And while it looked as though his popularity would only continue to grow through the conservative liberal unionist, his most recent speech in the House where fellow party members watched on as he questioned the integrity of his party before making the bold and often considered career suicide move of crossing the floor. And speaking with him following the House sitting, he told me, "I couldn't sit back any longer and allow those in desperate need in our town cities to be forgotten. We have the great privilege of serving the children and citizens and we just aren't doing enough. I had to make a change. A big change. A huge, not noticeable change." Alright. Hey, Hawley's comet continues to amaze scientists in the world. Halley slays the king. Too many. Halley's comet came and went, like a bright trail of glitter across the sky, a moment of beauty above the layer of grey cloud that hangs over the nation's capital. To others, it brought down a beloved and powerful monarch. Hey, one more, guys. The news of the fire and Mademoiselle Cosmine's death has yet to reach the rest of London. Oh, this is important. I didn't even see this one, guys. Now, Mr. A. Thompson, local butcher to those of Lambeth. Beloved father and house. Oh, okay. Her name is not here yet, guys. It just happened last night. The printing has already been done. Alright. And that is all. Cognition. Well, I just picked one of the two games this morning, right? Cognition will be on my night stream. Alright.
You're just full of questions, aren't you?
You have been most helpful.
Hey, Sings. What do you think about the headlines? Hey, Sings.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci, Monsieur Hastings. You have been a valuable asset once again.
That picture of your husband. Did you replace a frame? Hey, Sings, you are blocking me once again. She threw away the picture, guys, of her husband. It's no longer here. It's gone. The broken frame is gone. The picture is gone. Ooh, waist beam. Almost missed the waist beam, guys. Her picture. The picture frame. You can see a torn up letter that looks interesting, but I cannot go rifling around in there while Madame Allen is still present. We have to get rid of her. Hastings, distract her. Hastings. Time to do your bidding, Hastings.
What do you need?
There we go. I require your assistance.
That sounds rather ominous.
I would not ask you to do something I would not consider doing myself. Only on this occasion, it is I that must execute the other part of the plan.
What do you need me to do?
Use your charms, Hastings.
Madame Hélène, you must hold her attention while I take the opportunity to look around.
I certainly can. I'll appeal to her love of attention. Mrs. Allen, that photograph there, is that really you on a live film set?
Mrs. Allen just disappeared. He warped out of space, guys. Ooh. It's my chance. Hastings, you are blocking me once again. So, a torn and discarded apology letter from one Johann Christensen from her husband, guys. And with a stroke of luck, part of an address. Cool. Perhaps we are one step closer to identifying his hiding place.
We have gathered all the information we can from the guests at the gala. All except...
All except the reporter.
Betty's husband, Mr. Christensen.
And Mademoiselle Fourcroy? We haven't talked to her yet, guys.
We are now in possession of his address, where he is no doubt hiding like a frightened young boy avoiding his headmaster's ruler.
Why is he hiding anyway? The info is redundant unless we can find a map to help navigate us here. We got a world map! That won't be helpful to us. Not the world map. Our Hastings is alright.
What do you need?
I got what we are looking for.
What can I do for you?
Time to go.
Merci, Monsieur Hastings. You have been a valuable asset once again.
Time to go before things get out of hand. Before your charms spill over the bowl. Hey, the bell. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Time for a cup of English tea. Let's head to a cafe for the afternoon tea. So, a map of the city. Can we find one? At the office.
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
Is Mademoiselle Fourcroy back yet?
I was hoping to speak with Mademoiselle Farquhar.
I'm afraid she already has her hands full with the story. Unless you've come with a bigger one than what she's working on.
We got a new one, guys. Perhaps we should take our information of the glamorous Madame Allen wishing to quit show business elsewhere.
Let's not be so hasty. That could be just what we need.
Really? Are you sure this can make into a headline? Are you sure?
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
You are finally back, Mademoiselle.
This is your office. It's very impressive.
Mademoiselle, would you have time to answer some questions?
I don't really have time right now. Perhaps we can schedule...
I assure you I shall remain focused and my questions relevant.
Use your charms, he sings. Use your charms.
Fine. Make it fast.
There was a fire at Mademoiselle Cosmive's loft apartment.
Is she all right?
And you work in the news, Mademoiselle Fourcroy.
I'm afraid not.
Heavens. How awful. Did she have any close relatives?
I do not believe so. And her parents have both passed also. She was the last remaining Court Smythe.
A question I did not expect. Although at least she is showing some form of compassion for Mademoiselle Court Smythe's family, or lack thereof.
What was your relationship with the deceased?
I only met her recently in a professional capacity. What are they going to do with her exhibit?
I cannot say, but they may not be as forthcoming with her work now.
I'm sorry, Detective. I don't understand.
Mademoiselle Court-Smythe was behind the painting's disappearance, and a forgery was discovered in her apartment.
So she stole the original and made a forgery? What heavens for?
That we are still yet to learn.
Did you just answer your own question here, mademoiselle? Whatever for, is for forging a copy. She stole the painting to forge a copy. That's the reason why. So did you see Mademoiselle Court-Smythe following the gala?
Am I a suspect?
What do you think?
We are just trying to gather all the information. Isn't that right, Poirot?
Oui, that is correct.
I'm sorry. It's just a lot to take in at once. I was working late into the evening yesterday. I had to get my article on the gala written. And the photographs, they had to be developed.
Any witnesses?
There was probably someone still around in the office if you wanted to check. I'm sure you want to have every I dotted and T crossed.
I dotted and T crossed. What does that mean, guys? I dotted and T crossed. Monsieur Ellsworth recalls seeing you in the office.
Really? I must have been so busy not to notice him. At least you can be sure of where I was.
Was there anyone else present in the office?
If Mr. Aylesworth was there, Nathaniel, my editor, must have been.
It strikes me as rather strange that Mademoiselle does not recall seeing such an important figure in the office. But not everyone can be as observant as I.
Maybe she's behind closed doors? I don't know.
I shall speak with the editor, as he will be able to confirm the presence of both in the office.
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now.
Perhaps she's in the dark room, developing photographs, guys. That's what she said earlier. She was doing the photos. Let's look around. So it's a large open office, but the dark room is all by itself, guys, inside. Hey, Hastings, you're blocking me again. oh my god, what happened? Hastings! I'm stuck. So, fast travel. Oh, okay. We cannot look at the rest of the office, guys. That's why he's blocking the way. Alright. So, let's quick travel. We have to confirm her statement, guys. Quick travel, please. Thank you.
What can I do for you, Detective?
Your interview at the London Illustrated office.
Well, Detective, this is a surprise.
A surprise, monsieur?
I wasn't expecting to be on the receiving end of an interrogation. I had nothing to do with the fire or her death.
You are aware of Mademoiselle Court-Smythe's demise?
There isn't much in this city I don't know about. And for your little notepad, or wherever you're storing the facts, that report, Farquhar, she was in the office and can confirm I was there.
You can confirm each other now, huh? Alright. So you have to cross both of your names off the list.
It appears that Monsieur Aylesworth is more preoccupied with proving his innocence than showing any compassion for Mademoiselle Court-Smythe herself.
I will not take up any more of your time.
The list is getting smaller, guys. It is getting smaller. So, I need to go to the mind map. So let's make a stop at I don't know. Head back to the newspaper office here. I think there will be connections now on the mind map. New connections. No! No new connections. Are you kidding me? So we have a partial address. Only a partial address, and that objective is crossed out already. But it's not on the map. Is it on the map? It's not on the map. And it's crossed out on the list, guys. Is it in my inventory? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, haven't read the letter yet. Johan's torn up apology letter. Can we examine the address? We cannot. Wow. But we can ask his wife. Can use the item on his wife. Hey, Sings, you are blocking me. We have the map of London. I knew it. I talked about this earlier, guys, and I forgot already. We found a map here. It is the most likely place to have maps.
Voila. And just like that, the address of Monsieur Christiansen's apartment.
Amazing.